Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about India and Sri Lanka. And I'd like to start this off with my thoughts before I even came to India or Sri Lanka. I thought Sri Lanka would be the exact same as India because they are so close together. And I realize now that I have done both, but I was very wrong. They're actually very different, and I think more people should know how different they really are. So I'll start with the obvious one, India being gigantic. I found it very difficult to get around, and you have to catch planes to go to different places. Whereas in Sri Lanka, you could just get a tuk tuk or a taxi or a train, and you could pretty much visit any part of the island very quickly. And I was able to see a lot of Sri Lanka in the past couple of weeks. Whereas with India, it's so big, it honestly it would just take you forever to see it all. Um, I would then say the safety level, and I've traveled a lot. I've traveled through South Africa and Egypt and a lot of dangerous places, and I've got to say, India is up there. It is way up there with the feelings of being unsafe. And I thought Sri Lanka would be the same, but it's not. So in India, I constantly felt on edge, unsafe, that something bad was going to happen. And there were no other tourists there, none. And as soon as I landed in the airport in Sri Lanka, I noticed that there were tourists everywhere. And coming from India, I was completely head to toe clothed, like everything, to avoid the staring. And as soon as I got there, I was like, wow, so many tourists just wearing, normal clothes. I've got my shoulders out, pretty just normal clothes. And no one was staring. And I was thinking, this is a very good sign. And as I left and started going around, I realized there were so many tourists. And it was just so unusual to see. And I was able to wear whatever I wanted and not have that constant staring. So I think Sri Lankan people are very respectful and very kind towards tourists. Like, they're not disrespectful, they don't stare at you, they always try and help. If you're looking confused, they'll come and help you. Whereas in India, it's the opposite. You sort of get stared at a lot, people try and scam you a lot more, or you just feel very unsafe. Um, the next differences would be, I think Sri Lankans and Indians looked a little bit different. I'd say Sri Lankans have more curly hair and Indians are a little bit taller. But then Sri Lankans are very strong. Especially the woman. I saw a lady at one of the guest houses I stayed at come and help with the bags, and we said we didn't need help, but she just took them, and she lifted up two massive backpacks and just carried it like it was nothing. I was like, wow, that's ridiculous. Very strong. Um, Next, I would say Sri Lanka is very touristy and prepared for tourists. A lot of the food you get, even if it's traditional, they'll always make sure it's not spicy. But in India, it will be spicy. Even if you ask for it not to be spicy, it will be spicy. Um, and what else? Yeah, I think India is. I wouldn't advise people to travel there alone. I'd say definitely go with a partner or friends or a travel group. But I'd say for Sri Lanka, you can 100%, as a single female, definitely travel here and you'd feel very safe. Obviously, I know bad things happen all around the world. It doesn't matter where you are, but I think Sri Lanka, with how I've seen the people, even just going around at nighttime, I felt very safe. So I would recommend Sri Lanka as a place to visit. for solo travelers, definitely. Next, I would say food hygiene. So in India, I was trying to be so careful, but I got horrendously ill. As soon as I arrived in Sri Lanka and started eating the local food here, I became better. I've not had any issues in Sri Lanka. No travelers diarrhea, no stomach upset, nothing at all. Um, and also, the food here is very nice. I mean, I've got given a fruit bowl with the hotel I'm staying at, and look, there's even a red banana. It's pretty cool. Um, yeah, next, I would say Sri Lankans are very, very friendly. Like, they will always want to come and have a chat and teach you about their local games, and um, they're very, very friendly people. Um, Next, I would also say before I came to Sri Lanka and India, in my head, I thought that not a lot of people would speak English and that it would be very difficult to communicate with people. But I was very, very surprised. Both India and Sri Lanka, pretty much everyone speaks perfect English. Everyone I've spoken to, their English is ridiculously good. They say it's not good, but it is really, really good. So it's very impressive. Um, Also, it's just easy to get about. Everything's all the signs and stuff are usually in English, and it's very easy to book travel. There's Ubers. Um, yeah, it's very nice. Um, I would say India definitely needs to work on its manners and tourism, making safe places for tourists and teaching people that staring is very, very rude and people do not like it. I think that needs to be taught more in India for more tourists to go there. But I think Sri Lanka is very up and coming, and this will be the new Bali. I think Bali is very over touristy, too many people, tourists and stuff going there. But here, not many people. Not There's not that many tourists, so it's still like a hidden gem, which is very nice. And the locals are not angry at the tourists yet. Um, yeah, I've really enjoyed my stay. I think I will give India a second chance one day, but I will definitely be more prepared for the food and the clothing and stuff like that, because I still think there's a lot of beauty in India. Maybe the to go see more of like the animals. But yeah, that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.